Hello everyone, how are you? Let me know in the comment section below. Welcome back to my channel, and yeah, we're going to get straight into a yes or no pick a card reading. So take a moment, see which cards you feel drawn to. Cards number 1, cards number 2 and cards number 3. You can choose more than one card if you choose to, just a heads up, because I know some people were saying that, you know, they do choose more than one card. That's fine. There is no rule, there is no time limit. These are all timeless readings, so whenever you come across them, you come across them, and whatever card you choose, you choose. It's all individual, right? So cards number 1, cards number 2 and cards number 3. Let's see what's happening for cards number 1. Oh, cards number 1. We have a no. I feel like you guys are not trying to see the truth. We have the moon here and we have the 2 of swords. And the moon can talk about what's not seen, you know. It talks about what's hidden away in the darkness, or it talks about deception. It can talk about intuition. It can talk about a lot of things. But I feel like with this card, like pairing, I feel like you're not trying to see the truth, because as you can clearly see here, this lady, she's sitting here on some concrete slab, chair, whatever that is she's sitting on. And yeah, she's got her eyes closed and blindfolded, and she's got her 2 swords up covering her heart. And you know, you've got the moon up here and then we've got the moon here. And yeah, I just want to say that I feel like this message is blatantly just saying that you're not trying to see the truth. The truth will always be the truth. So at some point it will be time, like I always say with the 2 of swords, to take that blindfold off, put the swords down and to see the truth. And I get it, the truth is hard to swallow sometimes. Let's be real. The truth is really hard to swallow sometimes. But the truth will always be the truth, and it's time for you to see the truth. And if you look at the water in the background, the water isn't even that rocky. So you can't even say that this is something that's going to really like mess you up if you see the truth. Because the truth is, like, it's not actually that much of a bigger deal. I mean, it can be in some cases. I'm not saying that it's not. You know, we all have our own individual perceptions of stuff. I'm just saying that when the water's calm like that, it's not really going to be like an emotional shock. Like your intuition feels like you already know the truth, but you just don't want to physically see the truth with your physical eyeballs. You don't want to see the truth. You'd rather live the lie at the moment and ignore your intuition than to take off that blindfold and to see what the truth actually is. I feel like you've been dealing with this for a while though, and I say that because you're really not going to be surprised when this truth comes forward, and when you actually see the truth, you're not going to be emotionally swayed by it. Like you're just going to be like, oh, I knew it. I just knew it. You know, it's no surprise. You knew this. You knew this was going to be the truth, and you know, you're just like, meh. Well, whatever. I guess I just better move on then. What else is there to do? Whether it's person, situation, life, whatever the situation may be, I feel like at some point you guys are going to have to see that truth and accept the truth for what it is. Yeah, this feels like it's something that's been happening for a long time. Maybe you're dealing with a Pisces. Could be a Pisces that you're having issues with. Do you know what I'm really drawn to? I'm going to show you this. I get drawn to the craziest things in cards sometimes. You see she's wearing yellow shoes. Why do you feel like, I'm really like, how are you so confident in this stance? How are you so confident in this? How are you so confident in not wanting to see the truth and literally like protecting yourself from the truth? Why do you feel so confident doing that? Because yellow to me is a very confident colour. It's connected to your solar plexus, and when your solar plexus is in alignment, it talks about self-worth and willpower and strength and confidence and stuff like that. So the fact that your shoes are as bright as the sun when it comes to the colour yellow, it's telling me that you're actually really confident in sitting in this energy. Like, you would rather stay in this energy than to look at what's actually happening around you. That's crazy, no? Wouldn't you rather see the truth and save yourself like time and effort and just deal with what's happening at hand? Or do you want to keep prolonging it out? And does this look like a good place to be? I mean, it might. I mean, if you're really that hurt by something, then yeah, of course you're going to be like defensive, and you don't want to, of course you're going to sit there like that with your hands crossed, protecting yourself, of course. But is it like, do you not at some point just want to move on? It's like the sooner you just deal with what's happening, the easier and the quicker it will be for you to move on. It's like, just don't keep dragging it. Like, I feel like you're just so confident here. Like, you're firmly grounded in not wanting to see the truth. And if this is a Pisces that makes you feel like this, then maybe you need to go into that rabbit hole of the whys about the relationship, And I feel like with Pisces as well, don't hate me, Pisces, if you are a Pisces. I have a Pisces moon, so I understand this kind of energy. Like, I feel like Pisces can fall into depression quite easily because we feel everything. We're like empaths. Our intuition is just like crazy, and we feel everything. There's no like, oh yeah, kind of. It's like we feel all or nothing. Like, you can't, if that makes any sense. And I think that if this Pisces, if it's not you, if it's the person that's making you feel this way, maybe they're going through a depression. Maybe like they've pulled away and they're going off into their, man cave, or they're going off to women's retreats, or whatever it is that this person's doing, and you're kind of stuck here on your own, and you're kind of like, well, that's fucking weird. Like, how can you go from being all lovey-dovey 1 minute and then want your own personal space and need to be away from me the next? Well, that's simply because if this is a Pisces need that time. We need to we need to get ourselves right, because we are literally empathic. We will take on everything if we allow ourselves to. If Pisces aren't grounded, I guess is the right word to use, in their selves and their energies and stuff, they can take on the world. I'm not even joking. And then they can take on, like depression, anxiety and all that kind of stuff. It's intense being a Pisces sometimes. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, if they're acting a little bit different, instead of like cutting yourself off and being like, well, fuck you, like, whatever, maybe you need to try and maybe understand what's happening. Maybe they are going through a bout of depression. Maybe they are feeling anxious. Maybe they do need to go off to regenerate or get themselves right. Because what Pisces usually do is they give themselves to someone or to a situation wholeheartedly, and then their cup gets empty, and then they're just tired and drained, and then they just feel like they can't anymore. And then, yeah, I could just go on and on. But yeah. Oops. Oh my God, what the hell was that? Sorry about that. So I feel like cards number 1, this is a no, but I feel like, once you take your blindfold off and you see the truth for what it is, and, you already know what the truth is, let's be honest. You just have to, like, realise it. So I feel like the moment that you do just accept what the truth is will be the moment that things start changing, and this will no longer feel like a no energy, and things will start moving more into kind of like the yes, and it won't so much be like you need to protect yourself. You'll feel more open maybe, and you'll probably feel more ready to move forward. Cards number 1, let me know if that resonated in the comment section below. Let's see what's happening for cards number 2. Cards number 2, I want to say yes. Justice will always be served. Whether it's yes, no, negative, positive, whatever the outcome is with the Justice card, I personally feel like is for our highest good. So whatever's going to happen will happen for a reason. And I think that with the hanged man here, I feel like for you guys, you don't really need to do much at the moment. I feel like matters will kind of take care of themselves. And I don't mean that means don't do anything, can just sit on your ass and just hang about and wait, needing, you know, whatever. I mean, if you look at the Hanged Man, he still has like the light bulb effect around his head. He still has all these ideas. He still feels passionate. He's still speaking his truth. You know, you've got the red tights, which talk about passion and power and the root chakra. You have the blue shirt, which talks about the throat chakra, which is all about communication, the truth. I feel like I'm missing something. And then, you know, at the head of it all, we have the light bulb effect around his head. So even though he looks like he's doing nothing but hanging around, he's actually still communicating, he's still thinking, he's still processing, he still has a lot of passion behind this situation. But I think that with the Hanged Man here, it's kind of saying you don't have to physically move or do anything out of the ordinary to try and sway any situations. Just do what you're doing. Remain passionate, remain truthful, remain in communication. Keep thinking about, you know, whatever it is you're thinking about down here, because justice will always be served. Whether, like I said in the beginning, yes, no, up, down, doesn't matter. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen for our highest good. And I feel like you kind of know that. And I feel like this might just be a confirmation that, you know, what will be will be. And yes, simply because no matter what the outcome is, it's going to serve your highest good. So yeah, no random like outbursts, no random like trying to prove yourself. What will be will be. Like, you don't have to, if you're talking the truth, which I take as you are because you're wearing your blue top here and it's all about truth and communication. If you're speaking your truth, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone. And I feel like that's why you're just hanging there, because you feel like you don't really have to prove yourself, because matters and situations will always come to light. There's people that have died and then, like, you know, the truth has always come out and they're not even here anymore. The truth will always come out. So you don't have to like prove yourself to anybody, because the truth will always be the truth and the truth will always come out. And yeah, I feel like cards number 2, this is a yes. What will be will be. No need to worry. Just know that everything that's going to happen with this situation is going to happen for your highest good. Just remain true to you. Just, you know, stay in your passion. Stay thinking, stay communicating, do whatever you feel is necessary for yourself. But as far as the justice situation, that will take care of itself. Your main focus is taking care of who you are and where you're going and what you're doing. So cards number 2, let me know if that resonates in the comment section below. And let's see what's happening for cards number 3. Cards number 3, we have a yes here. I feel like for you guys at the moment, you have a lot of options. And not just any old options. We have like, you know, cups, it's water, it's emotions, it's relationships and stuff. So whether you have multiple people that are interested in you, whether you have multiple situations that will bring you emotional fulfillment, whatever the situation is, this is a yes. And I feel like with all of these options here, I don't feel like you can go wrong, because right next to that we have the World card. So no matter what you pick and no matter what you choose, you're going to be happy, because it's something that, you know, we've got the Cloud here, and clouds are usually in the air cards, which are swords and stuff like that. So I feel like, you know, yeah, you do have a lot of options, and yeah, you know, the Cloud is grey, so it's kind of like you're not really sure at the moment what option you're going to go with. So you're kind of, your Cloud is grey because you're still a little bit unsure about who and what and why you're going to pick what you're going to pick. But it doesn't matter what you pick, because what you pick will bring you happiness, because we have the World here. It's going to make you feel emotionally, mentally, spiritually, is going to just bring you happiness. So I wouldn't worry too much about, You know, like we can get caught up so much sometimes when we've got so many options. It's like you take a kid to a candy shop and you take them in there and you say, what do you want? And they can't decide because there's so much to choose from. But then if you go in there and say, right, you have a choice between chocolate, or you have a choice between chocolate and a lollipop, the child will either choose one or the other. So it's kind of like, yeah, you've got all these options, but it's time to start narrowing those down. It's time to start like this or that or this, you know, like start breaking it down, you know. But I feel that no matter what happens, the outcome will be a good outcome. Like I think that you will be quite happy with whatever it is that you do decide to choose. I feel like that's it for you guys. I felt like that was really quick, but I mean, that was the message. The message is the message. I'm not going to force anything else out because there's nothing else to come out. So, yeah, choices, no matter what you choose, it's going to make you happy, emotionally fulfilled, whatever the situation is, you know, the world. You got the whole world. I was going to sing, but you know that song that we used to sing in primary school about the whole world in his hands? That's the kind of energy that I feel like you have at the moment. I feel like you've got the whole world in your hands. And it feels like anything that you add to your world at the moment is going to be a blessing. It's not really going to be a lesson. So you've got the whole world in your hands. No matter what happens, like, you know, it's going to come out good for you because you've already got everything that you need. So anything is a plus at the moment. I hope that made sense for you guys. Cards number 3. Let me know in the comment section below. Let me know how you're all doing, and I shall catch you in my next video. Bye.